It was a mere 3 generations ago that your humble ancestor laid the foundation for Chang'an. Now, under the guiding hand of Emperor Wu Di, Chang'an is a great city ruling an expanding empire. Far to the south, over the Yangtze, the land of Annam again beckons our people. It was not long ago, during the time of Qin, that our people first penetrated into the forbidding jungles of this land, only to come stumbling back when the walls of the Qin collapsed. Now, during the reign of the great Wu Di, the empire's border again reaches southward. Now is the time to establish a permanent residence in this fertile region. Even though you will be far from the heart of the Han Empire, you must remember to pay ceaseless homage to our ancient heroes. Build a strong city, for the local people still do not understand the ways of our fathers and the meaning of civilization. Remember, a tree with deep roots will not topple when a strong wind blows.
G'day mates, welcome back to Emperor. Looks like we're heading back down to Annam, or modern day Vietnam, and I do believe it sounds like a little bit of a military mission here. Maybe if we build up and be strong, maybe they're saying that we're not going to be invaded, but I think there is definitely a chance there, so I'm going to have to make sure my military is built up. And the very fact that we need an impressive compound, or what's that, four of them I think there's 20 each one. So 4 impressive compounds will give us a fairly significant military potential. So I think we'll dive into that and have a look what the city is going to present us. Straight away, okay, I can see we've got some hunting there. Have we got hunting and fishing? Okay. Some more hunting over there. With copper up here, so it'd be nice. We can get the bit more copper up there, so we can get the mint going somewhere out of the way. More copper over here, not that it's of any use to us. Crocodiles or alligators, whatever you want to call them, they are going to be a bit of a hassle. Let's have a look what food types we've got here. Shit, we've only got rice. We're going to need quite a bit of food. Hopefully we can import some. Is anybody already open? Chang'an is already open. They will... they'll sell us wheat. No, yeah, they produce wheat, which is useful. They produce iron, because I didn't see any iron on the map, but I'll have a double check at our industry in a second. So they'll sell us wheat, which is 2. So we've got rice and wheat. I really prefer not to use either of these, if at all possible, because they're not the most reliable. And based on where all the space is, I probably am going to end up building up here, which means I'll have to move... actually, where are all the spots for fishing keys? A couple here. Yeah, not a lot of... Oh, I can get a whole bunch along here. Okay. So it might be possible if I put the mill, say, up here, I think it will be possible. It'll be a little bit tight though. I may have to disconnect it and use the warehouse as a getting mill. We can grow lacquer. No silk, we can grow lacquer. So I'm assuming... I saw Chang'an, they'll only buy lacquer. They won't buy lacquerware. So hopefully somebody else will buy something. Looks like there may be some water trade routes as well, because we're on the coast. One other thing, we can get clay, raw materials is logs, and we cannot get iron on this map. So to get a military, we're going to have to actually import iron or weapons. So, could be a small problem here. Yeah, we haven't actually discovered the people of Annam. I think they were Nanyu or something. They were down here somewhere in the south. So we're going to encounter those people shortly. I think I'm going to spend a little bit more time familiarising myself. I'll get the basic setup going and then I'll cut back once I know how to approach it, guys. Okay guys, looks like we are all nicely set up here. I have 2 housing blocks in. I'm actually going, normally I put a road between them to give me access up the back. I'm going to go for a lot more continuous style here. See if I can meld the city together a little bit tighter than normal. And up here I've thrown down the beginnings of a noble block. I will need some of that, and I think I'll get started sooner rather than later. And you know what, I'm actually going to throw down a, while I'm here, I was going to do it a lot later, but I may as well now that I've got the area set up. I'll throw down an administrative city, probably here in the centre. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, that should give me enough space for a house on each side. And of course throw down some in the inspector's tower. Nowhere, I didn't leave any rocks nearby. I thought, actually they're going to be much closer. Always thought Inspector's Towers could be a little bit further away, but let's see. Oh, yeah, there you go. Ah, bugger. I thought that might have been close enough, but apparently not. Either way, the Inspector's Tower can go there. That will keep that block going, and that'll allow me to get taxation on the run really quickly. So I think I will actually throw that down, just because cash, I really don't know. I'm burning through cash quite quickly. I've set up quite a beautiful city, but you know, that's all my cash gone. Really, I've only got to 8.5 grand now to get the thing working and prepared. So I'm going to need, of course, to throw down a mint. Mint can go there, and I'll get these people set up as well, and that'll allow me to get everything well sorted. Now, I'll get that done later off camera. What I'm going to talk about down here is that I've gone with fishing for the first food type. Now, I've got a little wall here, hopefully that'll stop the alligators coming in and killing my people, and I've got room to expand down there. Now, fishing, as much as I don't like it, it is reasonably close, so I can get the fishing docks to just drop the food directly up here into the mill, and that'll allow me to hopefully get the first amount of food off quickly so I can expand the city. Often what happens is I miss the first year, and I spend all this time trying to get workers into farms, and I'm going to try a different tactic this time and see if I can get them to at least playing cottages early on, and just in time for next year to throw down the farms and see how we go from there. Okay, trade with Chang'an. Fuzhou has rejected. Chengdu has opened up. Guangzhou has opened up. And Yin appears to have rejected it. Let's have a quick look what we've got here. So Chang'an we looked at before. We already knew what they produce because they are our capital city. They'll buy any carved jade we can produce. I haven't actually checked if we can do that. They also buy a little bit of rice. Not a huge amount, but you can get some rice farms down. That will help. I think spices are like salt, so they're a flavor enhancer, but not a bulk food enhancer. So I don't think we can produce it ever, so it doesn't matter. I guess they'll sell me wheat and iron, which could be handy. So I might use wheat as my third food group to level up. So I've got fishing coming up. I've got what's the word? I've got farming, rice farming, and I can import some wheat from them if required to get my third food group, rather than go hunting. Chengdu will buy wheat, which we can't produce, weapons, which we can produce, but we need to import the iron, which of course they will sell only 12. They buy salt we can't produce, they will sell us rice, which we don't need, lacquerware, which we don't need, silk, which we don't need, oh, actually silk we will need later, because we'll need it for our nobles, and wood, which we don't need. Okay, Guangzhou, they are a water trader up by the looks of things, and I'm assuming Fuzhou will be as well, and hopefully not Qin. I really don't like, Yin, sorry, not Qin. Hopefully not Yin. I really don't like these water trade routes based on the shape of this map. Okay, they will sell me weapons, so that could be handy. Salt could be handy as a food type. They'll buy bean curd, no use to me. Wheat, no use to me. Carved jade, potentially, but I don't think it's much use to me. And iron, no use to me. So far, we have some very, very shit trade routes. Yin will need ceramics, which I think we can make, which is good, and lacquerware. So that's going to be a very handy trade route. I think that's where I'm going to make most of my money. They can sell me millet if I need more food, and hemp, but I can grow it here, so there's no point. You need silk I can't produce, lacquerware I can produce. Okay, so the two that rejected, in typical fashion, the two that rejected are the ones that I need for making cash. So lacquerware, and they will sell me nothing particularly handy. Okay, so it looks like lacquerware is the way to go. Can I produce Jade Carver Studios? I can. So where does the jade come from? Where does the jade come from? I'm assuming I'm going to have to trade with the people down here, because nobody's going to give me raw jade. Who will buy? You'll buy carved jade, you'll buy carved jade. I have an option actually. I don't normally use them, but if I go into here, I think one of these people, Blxz Tower, fishing key, nope. Blxz silkworm shed. That, so this is what they do is they bless them, and it provides, I believe it provides, for example, Huangdi will actually provide silk to my silkworm sheds even if I don't have it. Hang on, no, that's the other way around. The silkworm shed is the farm. But somebody will bless. Yeah, there you go. So they can bless a tax office. So this guy will bless a tax office, give me wood or paper as required, without me having to go and produce it myself, which is really kind of cool. This guy here will... looks like nothing he can bless. Maybe I haven't got the person, unfortunately. Oh, there you go. That's exactly what I was after. Jade Carver Studios. So, Zi Wang Mu here. Zi Wang Mu, which is a Taoist hero, I believe, will bless a Jade Carver Studio, filling it with raw jade. So that's really quite handy. What I can do is not bother importing, just throw down a couple of Jade Carver Studios and have her walking around blessing it. So I will need goods to give her, so I'm essentially converting, say, timber or rice or something into a usable good that she can then magically turn into jade for me. And that may be worth a little bit of cash. I don't know how much effort or work it requires, but I only need 12 per year, so that could give me a little bit of cash. We'll see how we go. Alrighty, Chang'an has sent a foreign emissary. It's a gift of weapons. That's kind of useful. I'm actually going to postpone that and throw down somewhere. Warehouse. I'm going to throw down a warehouse here just to temporarily hold these weapons. I'm going to need to get that military down quick smart. You can accept the weapons. Now, can I build? Looks like I can't build a palace. So that's the only. I'm going to have one thing for now until I get the other towns down, the other elite housing down. I'm not going to actually have any more people, any more squads. So let's throw... Do I want crossbowmen? Or do I want... I think infantry. I just really do need infantry. They're the most important for this particular point. I'm going to throw them down... perhaps if I just clear that out there, I can squeeze the infantry fort in. Yeah, that looks nice there. So that'll allow me just to get my infantry stuff in. I'm going to cut down military though to a lower level. Looks like food is beginning to tick in, which will give me the people I need. But military really is the lowest priority here. So I need to get this one stocked up with employees, and then we'll be well sorted. I think... How much more population can I hold? I wish all the things were in one location. Gift weapons, thank you. I think it'll be in government. Nope, it'll be in housing. Housing for 686 more people. So I can hold 1,000 people without food in 2 blocks. That's good to know. And that gives me, X number of workers, which is 163. So I get about a third of my workforce. 1,000 will give me about 350 workers total, which is more than sufficient. So even without providing food, I can staff every single thing that I've got here. Of course, once I throw down a shop, these guys are just going to balloon up. I can get a hell of a lot more in there. Okay, food is beginning to flow through. The fish is maybe not keeping up, so I think I'm going to need a couple more fishing keys down, but I'm still short of people is the problem here. So 2 more fishing keys for now, and hopefully I can get a couple more in there to at least sustain this one block. But over here I've got the rice is now fully placed down for at least the early part of the city. And excellent. People are very happy, and they were getting a little bit unhappy because I did miss the first, what's that word? Celebration, New Year, Happy New Year celebration. But we are in here. Now the rice will be farmed in June. So we missed the first season, but I didn't try to get that one. So we're pretty happy with that. Pretty good so far. We are on track. Timber's going well. Taxes are coming in slowly. So I've got a very low tax rate just to keep people happy. But I think I'm going to duck that up. It's not going to make much of a difference, really. It's going to make a dent in about 30% of my payroll. Small problem here. But either way, people are moving in. We've now got a small amount of unemployment, which means everything is fully taken care of. What we can do now is immediately start moving into lacquer production, because this food here is going to bump up and send these people through the roof. I could move on to hemp production, but I think I'll be better suited moving straight into lacquer. Now, the question is, where do I want to do my lacquerware stuff? Now, it's going to be exported via... I don't know if that's going to be a water trade route or not. It could be. It could actually be a water trade route, so I probably should think this one's definitely a water trade route. So it will be worthwhile keeping my lacquer production down where I can get trading things in, trading keys. So, question now is, what shape are the trading keys? They're those big things there. So I'm thinking Yeah, I'll put it over here. So I'm thinking I'll have all my lacquer production up here. I'll have the industry down here, and I can export it straight out down here. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to set up some lacquer production here, and leave this area for food and hemp for the time being. I probably won't need too many more food farms because we're only growing the one crop. And I barely cut away, and the kingdom of Nanyu has now been discovered. Let's have a quick look at what they do. They seem to be further south than I remember, but we'll try and open trade with them. I suspect they're going to get pissed off at us very quickly, so we're going to try and keep them happy. Keeping them happy. Now, how am I going to do that? To what end? Now, I will need ceramic and hemp production to start throwing down these guys here, and a whole bunch of stuff to level them up. So it's definitely going to be worthwhile to get this stuff done soon because I'm going to need the cash. So yeah, I'm going to cut away and figure this one out. Okay, Nanyu has rejected our trade agreement. Let's have a quick look what they will buy. They need fish and weapons. So fish might be something I can give them if I can get enough stockpiled up. Oh, and they produce jade, really kind of useful. Now, they are displeased, which means I'm going to have to give them quite a bit to make them happy. So I think for the time being, I'm going to just tick along and try and build up my city as per normal. Cash is still reasonably low, but I have set up the basics over here. Now, I'm going to be gathering timber to start with. Had a quick check here. The harvest is in July, and the season begins in February. So I'm not going to throw down that cash just yet, in case it forces me to go into debt. It'll probably cost me about 1,500 to lay all that stuff down. So I want to get the rest of this all set up nicely before I go any further. And how am I going to do this? I want the lacquerware makers. What do they need? Looks like they need water of some sort. So I think what I can do is have them all set up down here. So if I clear out, I don't want to clear too much timber because we do need a lot of it. If I say, let's think about this. If I clear that there, can I get Inspector's Tower in? No, I can't. I need to go a little bit more. Can I get the Inspector's Tower in now? This is really not... Okay, there. So I can get the Inspector's Tower there. So what I can do now is go along this way. I can always move these later if required. You don't like cleaning out too many trees. I can go along this way. How am I going to do this? I'm going to throw in a trading key can go... Yeah, they can go right there. So they are touching and they can get all their access. Now that will let me get enough lacquerware. Guangzhou will not buy any lacquerware, so I'm not going to put them down. But Fuzhou can, and they will be able to get the lacquerware. They can go up this way, and I can produce it all really nice and close. I should probably actually swap you around. It doesn't matter. That one there will accept lacquerware. That one there will accept wood, and that will accept any excess lacquer, which we can also sell off to Chang'an, our capital. And from Chang'an we can buy wheat, which we can maybe place over here. We can ship that off the wheat here, and the lacquer can go out there. Looks as well like the rice is coming in, which gives me the opportunity to throw down another food shop there. And what's our population? Yeah, a little bit of unemployment. Things are ticking over quite nicely. We are managing to hold on pretty well. Although once I throw down these lacquerware makers, we're going to need that population to step right up. Alrighty, most of our cash built. The lacquer has begun to be growing. It's going to take quite a while to get that all done. In July, we should have a massive supply of lacquer come down. Should be enough to keep all these going well and truly. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And I believe it's greater than 2 per lacquer thing, especially when they're fully irrigated like this. So that should really keep production high. So we should be able to export any excess lacquer. I think I can throw down... where is Chang'an? Chang'an there. I can throw them somewhere here. Nope. I guess we... Yeah, okay. I can throw them there quite comfortably, assuming there's enough space here for the trade jetty to go there and to fit them in. And that'll allow me to import the wheat that I need, export any of the lacquer, and of course start producing lacquerware. Alrighty, we're losing a lot of food production here because this alligator has come up on the road. So I've got a watchtower here. Hopefully the watchtower guy can actually take them down and defeat these bloody alligators because they're really doing a lot of damage. That's 200 food they're gone, and they've already wiped out 3 or 4 that I've just seen. So hopefully the watchtower guards will actually go and fight them. Come on, mate. Chang'an buys more rice. Yes, that's very good. No, it looks like the watchtowers can't do it. So I'm going to have to try to think about another option here. The only option I can really think of is to throw down a tower and some walls, which I can't do. So let's think of another option here. I can bring my military down and see if they can help, but they're not going to be a permanent option. I can't just leave the military down there. Hopefully these watchtower guys can do a bit of damage in future. But yeah, this is doing a lot of damage to me. It may have stuffed part of my city up because we've got no more rice left and they've only just started growing it a little while ago. We need to survive until October. But at the very least, the lacquer is now being harvested. Yeah, that's going in. We're starting to make lacquerware shops with all the employees we need. We're bang on 0 at the moment, so hopefully we can keep going just a little bit longer without a population collapse. I do think we've killed that guy off. So we'll send you back, and hopefully I can get a couple more things down here to stop this from coming in later. Just a quick jump in here to our city finances. You can see all of our, essentially our voluntary expenses, our non-fixed expenses are construction. So our variable expenses are construction here, and they are only ever so slightly higher than our net in-outflow. So we are making about 100 per year. I don't know what gifts and aid given of 100 is, so we're actually making nothing per year basically, but we're holding still. So this mint up here, along with whatever taxes we're getting, are enough to keep us good. I'm going to bump us up to normal, and that'll tie our expenses and income together. So we're doing nicely, assuming that this here keeps producing. We should be fine. Now the food's come in, the hemp has also come in. Unfortunately, our gods are mightily unhappy, so I'm going to have to start... what can I give them? Lacquerware might be the way to go. Unfortunately, I don't want to give that stuff away because we can't get much of it just yet. So I think timber will be the next one I give. I don't want to give any food away, but it does look like we're beginning to move up further. So the next step will be to get a hemp shop down and move these guys up to plain food. I'm not necessarily doing as well as I could be on this map. Thank you. Not as well doing as well as I could be, simply because we seem to be torn in too many different directions and not quite have the resources that we need for a massive expansion. So we'll see how we go. I haven't actually been playing for that long, all things considered, so maybe things will get back on track shortly. Okay, our supplies of lacquerware are backing up nicely. I've sent off gifts to, what are they called? To Yin, and sent off a gift to Fuzhou. The Fuzhou one has already arrived, and this one here is now our emissary going off to open up trade with them. So once that happens, we should be looking very nice. Now we're importing wheat, which is going to keep our... Oh, excellent. Trade has opened up. So the wheat now should be... Come on, there we go. You are going to export as much lacquerware as we can get into you. Weapons can come later because we should be able to import iron from here, so I can get the iron manufacturing done, or the weapons manufacturing stuff done somewhere in this area as well. Now, yeah, lacquerware, it's only 12 lacquerware a year, so I've sent off a lacquerware request to these guys as well. Hopefully they can come in via land trade route and I can fit them in nicely. If it's via water trade route, I'm going to have to mess this area up a bit, or possibly even throw them over here as an access point and just move this road around a little bit. Not too difficult overall, but things are looking up for us. We went down to basically minimum amount of cash, so hopefully those boats get down here soon. Not yet, apparently. Next boat, though, will be coming in once they realise we actually do have lacquerware in there ready to sell. Now, you will buy regular lacquer, but I'm not going to bother with that just yet because the lacquerware itself is so much more valuable, and I need to know how much Yin will buy from me. So let's open up trade with them and see what happens, see what comes through here. Oh, in other news as well, we have a shit ton, an absolute metric shit ton of rice coming in. So I'm going to actually be exporting that rice. Turns out that these guys now will increase the amount that they buy from us. So I figured it's fairly low value at 29. But we've got so much of it, I may as well start exporting just to see what I can do with it. God, look at the amount of rice here. This is going to make us quite a bit of cash when we get it all done. In fact, I can probably even start gifting it to... No, I'm not going to gift it just yet. I think I'd do that carved jade little trick that I was talking about, but to be perfectly honest, I'm not really into abusing the gods if I can avoid it. But I will, however, put you up to plain food and give you a hemp shop as well, and that'll give us all the workers we need. Holy shit! We need a lot fewer workers than we need. That's massive. I don't know where they all came from. I'm assuming probably from here. So I think our ceramics industry and our weapons industry will be the next two that we work on. So to that end, you're going to import iron. You're going to start... Fortunately, there's nowhere for them to go. Too bad. I don't really care enough about feng shui. And that's going to be more than enough weaponsmiths. And with that, we can start throwing down a sneaky little... Fuck you. Get out of the way. Throw a sneaky little warehouse there to accept all the weapons that we're going to be producing. So that's our weapons industry solved. We can export any excess weapons as required, and we can use the rest of it for bumping up our military when we need to. Now, to get our military, we're going to need clay and ceramics. Now, who will buy ceramics? That's the question I always need to ask myself. Who will buy stuff? Not you guys. It looks like Chengdu, no? Yin. Yin will buy lacquerware and ceramics, which means if I place them down here, then this will make a very nice ceramics production area. So to that end, that's what I'm going to do. So I was wondering where all our fish was going. Turns out these guys are destroying my fishing industry. I don't know how to stop them coming up. They seem to just regularly come through. So without being able to put down a tower, I really just don't know what to do. I can't keep these guys out here forever because their morale will start to drop. So I'm going to keep them here for the time being at least, and just see if I can prevent it. I'll see how much their morale drops. But either way, things are ticking over. We have got a ceramics industry set up. Used about 15 to 1600 strings of cash. So most of what we exported has gone. You're not making any more lacquerware. You are still... Oh, when did that happen? I completely missed that. When did that open? I was waiting for... Huh. There you go. Trade with Yin has opened up. That's really good news. And by the looks of things, it is a land trade route, which is even better. So I can throw down a trade route to Yin. I can place them there, and I can make a little sneaky road connection and just block those off there. Let's put you. You're going to export lacquerware and ceramics as required. Now that should give us more than enough cash. It's going to be quite a bit of lacquerware and a couple of ceramics just to keep us going. So unemployment is acceptable for the time being, so I'm not going to place down those ceramic shops. I am, however, going to start working on getting our elite housing in. So I can get 1, 2, 3... No, I need more ceramics. Okay, looks like I've exported... Nope, just haven't produced enough. That will come in time, so hemp and ceramics are coming. I could probably actually use this opportunity to expand our hemp production. We seem to be burning through it quite quickly. I think I've found out why our hemp production is not as high as it could be. These guys are ripping through. Can I stop them getting through? I don't know. Festival, lacquerware, help yourself. I don't know if this is going to stop them or not, but we'll do the best we can to try and prevent them coming through and eating all of our... I'm going to need to get my army down there. Quick, smart. These guys are just ravaging me, these alligators. I was not aware that alligator deaths were a significant factor, historically, in the death toll of the Chinese people, but in this case it does seem that they are doing a good 5 to 10% of my population every year. That's a little bit shit. Looks like Nanyu is coming to invade me. Things are not looking good at all. To that end, I'm going to need to get Huangdi in, and I'm going to need them in quick smart. So, you have a shit ton of lacquerware. That'll make him exalted, and we'll bring him in. Probably bringing him in a little bit too early, but we're going to need to get our military stocked up quick smart. I've only got... can I build any more forts? No, I cannot. I need a palace, and I can't build a palace. So, shit, I'm going to need these guys to move in really, really quickly. Alrighty, here we go. Let's see if we can fight to defend the city. Well, there you go, invasion force defeated. They have absolutely decimated our nobles quarter over here, but we did manage to beat them back, barely. Unfortunately, dispatch the lacquerware. Unfortunately, geez, we're not going to get this under control soon. I think we're going to lose every house. As I was saying, unfortunately, it seems that they come in and they immediately attack. I probably should have seen that as a possible attack point, as well as this one here. And I was expecting them to come from the south somewhere down here and cross this river, or possibly from the west, considering that they are to the south of us. But apparently they are a little smarter than the guys in Pharaoh. They don't come from where you expect them to come from. And I'm going to have to be more prepared in future. Well, that's most interesting. Look at all these buildings beginning to collapse because the guys are over here fighting fires. I mean, I've just completely fucked myself. That attack has completely destroyed me. I think I'm going to be able to rebuild, but I've taken a lot of damage in the process. An absolute shit ton of damage. So we'll see if we can somehow get this back under control and rebuild in the near future. I can hear a bunch of people dying. I just don't know where they are. I can't see where the alligator is actually killing them. The sound seems to be playing somewhere over here. So if you guys can see it, by all means, let me know. There's no point, because it's going to be well and truly finished recording by the time you guys see this. Christ, I wish I knew where it was killing me. I can't... I don't know where they are. There you go, that's right there in the center. I just couldn't quite see it. So that's probably been screwing up quite a lot of things. But we are now up. We have to drop that down to normal. We now have ourselves some ornate apartments. Really, the ceramic shop was the only thing stopping us. So with this, I can now control victory. We are in impressive compounds for at least some of the people. Drama access to go further. Appeal of the neighborhood. Well, that gives me a chance to beautify this place up quite nicely. I'm not sure what I'll do, but I'll be back shortly. And there we go. Popularity is beginning to sink because our unemployment is so very high. I'm not really sure at this point what I can do to absorb it. Other than, I suppose I could throw down a bunch of military forts somewhere. Probably up here might be a good place to consider throwing them down. Get a bunch of military forts up here. Then it's not going to be harmonious, I don't think. And at this point, I'm not sure I care that much anymore. But we'll get a couple of crossbowmen in as well. And let's think about this. What else do we want? To block you off. Yeah, that should be enough for now. Absorb a little bit of unemployment. You do 16 soldiers each, which has made virtually no difference. But what we need now to get is remaining months of these guys. Throw down a bunch more crates of ceramics. And we're ready to win the mission. So march on to Months of Heroes. And this will be the city at its end.
Well done. You have shown yourself to be an able and wise administrator, as well as a bold military leader. The primitive weapons and tactics of these natives are certainly no match for fine Chinese iron, wielded by a student of Sun Tzu. In fact, the value of your services would truly be wasted here in these rotting jungles. Therefore, Emperor Wu Di has kindly requested that you return to the capital. ...
Oh, well, that is an ominous end of something big maybe happening back at the capital, which I'm assuming is going to be Chang'an, the city we built last time. I don't think there's any other capitals that I've built lately. Certainly not for this dynasty. So that is the end of Wu Di, or Jiaozhou actually. Wu Di is the emperor. Jiaozhou? I can't pronounce it. This is really getting beyond me a bit. But Jiaozhou is the end of the city. We've built up quite nicely. It was fairly easy, all things considered. The, it's my chair creaking in the background. The primitive weapons and tactics indeed, with one hero who didn't even spend half the time fighting, and one crappy little infantry fort, we managed to hold off their mighty invasion. Probably could have bribed them and saved myself quite a bit of heartache and issue with losing my entire noble quarters, but a bit of a purge every now and then never killed anyone too important. Anyway guys, take care, and I will see you next time.